My name is Emily Rojas Girardo. I am from Boayan. I grew up here from 4 to about 12 years old. About 15 years ago, there was a fishing boat that was towed in. I think it had burnt at sea, and then they tried to save it, but in the end it sunk right in the mouth of the bay. And 3 years after it had sunk, we decided maybe we could, check it out and see how it has evolved. And it was amazing. It was full of life, giant groupers, big schools of mamsa. And so we got super excited about it. And it's a great dive spot. I think it's one of the best dive spots really in the area. The whole coral rehabilitation thing was going well, and we were wondering how we could add more life into the bay. And so at first we thought of sinking another ship, because wrecks are cool. But that's quite expensive. Even if you buy an old ship, you have to decontaminate, and yeah, it's very expensive. And the whole point here is to show that you can rehabilitate with a very little budget and low tech. We thought of a way to recreate, let's say, what a wreck is for fish. So it's basically a structure where fish can come and hide, and where coral and other sponges and seaweed can grow. And so we thought of a pyramid structure. It's stable with a galvanized steel. It's heavy, and more importantly, it can be built here on the beach. That's what we thought of.
I'm Laurent Adgans from France. I'm an IT manager and a French diving instructor too. In total, we made 33 structures on these artificial wrecks. That was during 10 days, 22 dives. Total of length of this structure is 127 meters. The large is 21 meters. And the maximum depth is 24 meters.
In between the steel bars, we thought of putting nets, because on that shipwreck in the mouth of the bay was like a fishing boat, and so there's a lot of nets still on it. And then we noticed that things were growing on those nets, fish were hiding. So that's what we tried to recreate.
Bawat matapos namin, ilalagay sa dagat. Ang ginamit namin pagpalutang, yung drum na 220 liters yung laman. Tinali namin doon sa pinakataas niya. Tinali namin doon at lalagyan ng hangin mula sa electric snorkel. Bago noong ilalagay na namin doon, pinalutang siya at hinila ng bangka papunta roon, at bago naman doon hinila.
The first structures that we placed were already being populated by. There's squid that came already to lay their eggs, little fish that come to make their houses inside the steel bars, and then just curious fish, I guess. And we're starting to see that, and it's very, very exciting. And I think, I'm not sure if it was on the first day that we had placed the structures or the last day, but there was a school of dolphins that came into the bay, and that happens really rarely. I guess they were following a school of fish, and they swam around the structures. So we're like, wow, that's a good omen. We weren't expecting to see so much biodiversity on those artificial reef structures. We were very surprised by the diversity of the life that had grown on the structures.
My name is Fernanda Fonseca from France. Unexpectedly, many small animals, fixed animals, have grown, and hard corals, soft corals, and different kinds, varieties of tunicates, of worms, and also many different fishes that we haven't seen before were there.
Very interesting and very wonderful growth of life. Fishes became to be here, and it's a bigger fish than a coral garden. I think it's a other place to develop the life in this lagoon. There are coral garden for the whole nursery, and now there are artificial work to stand the bigger fish, and we saw many type of bigger fish. It's grouper, on batfish.
Napakaraming nakikita namin dito na nagbago, hindi lang ang bahura kundi pati ang isda dito dumarami na rin sila.
There's hard coral there that's about 15 centimeters big. That is unexpected. I mean, I don't know what normal is, but it's absolutely unexpected, especially at that depth. So I think 5 millimeters a year thing, it's what didn't happen here. It's way more. It's 15 centimeters in 1.5 years.
It was incredible to see how life, if you let it, it can grow, it can be there.
So what we want to do now is add more surface between the structures with holes in them for fish to go in and for just biodiversity to grow. So the more surface you put, the more things will grow. We're hoping that Boayan can be a prototype, a model for other areas, and that it inspires other people in other areas that have the same problems to do what we did here. But we did it.